Can you explain the capacity of advocacy in the context of leadership?
Good. I'd like to take a moment to talk about the third capacity of the positive leadership model. The first one is authenticity, and you may have heard us talk about that a little bit. The second capacity is purpose. And the third capacity extends nicely from that, which is advocacy. Advocacy, I think of the words add and voke. So I think of it as adding your voice. That's how I think of advocacy. So you are lending your voice to something. Now, originally, I would talk about this capacity as sponsorship. You're sponsoring an idea, you're holding something up as important, and you're putting your reputation behind it. So you're sponsoring it. But I did get feedback that it was confusing for people, and they really like the word advocacy. So I moved toward that word, and I think it's the appropriate word. So and this is about this capacity is the one I think that adds the real leadership thrust, what we normally think of as leadership. Because I know we would associate authenticity with leadership, but we wouldn't really say it is leadership. And I know we would say, yeah, purpose and purposefulness is really appropriate for our exploration of leadership, but I don't know that leadership is purpose. But when we talk about advocacy, we start to see more of what we traditionally think of as leadership in this capacity because it is outward and it is asking people to respond. You know, advocacy isn't silent, even if it doesn't have sound, or even if it does have sound, it could be. All right, let me say it with this: advocacy is outward and intentional, and that's where we begin to ask others to respond. And it's in the acting and responding where leadership happens. I take an original action that I advocate for this. You weren't thinking about this topic, and I'm saying, hey, this is important, and here's why. And then you start to go, your reaction is, you know what? That is important. I am going to spend more time thinking about it. I am going to vote for that candidate, or I am going to buy that product or join that club or whatever it is, or just think this way or feel this way or behave this way towards something. That's what advocacy does.